Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Tangent. We're getting ready to talk about some more games on Wild Tangent. My co-host Brooks.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, man. I'm Greg, your other co-host. We're going to go through some of the games, like I said, on Wild Tangent, but how was your week? Well, since last week, we did one of these. This is our second one, so we made it two. So obviously that means we've hit our peak.
Yeah, people haven't kicked us out of the office yet, so we're still here.
Right, we're still at the office. They allow us to be here late at night. Well, not late at night. It's 6 p.m. here. We're close to Seattle. We're based in Bellevue, Washington. I think a lot of people, well, the East Coast is at 9, so they've got another 3 hours before Resident Evil 2 Remake hits.
Resident Evil unlocks at midnight tonight.
I wonder if it actually is available on PC right now. Probably not. Probably it's going to be, we're on the West Coast, so at 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. here, mostly every game launches.
Yep.
If it's supposed to launch tomorrow, 9 p.m. here, it's going to launch.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I guess we've got about another 3 hours before we'll be able to play it. You've got it preloaded though, right?
Yeah, I kicked off the preload a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So.
PlayStation's good about that. They allow you to do it.
Yeah, I got to that was up for preload, and Anthem. For this weekend was up for preload.
That's right.
So
the beta, right? That's what's going on.
This will be the beta for anyone that has either purchased the game, received a key online, or has a friend that can give them a friend beta key, which is kind of a new thing EA was trying.
Gotcha. So you have to be connected to what, Origin?
This is all run through Origin.
Yes.
None of these keys are, at least to my knowledge, were PSN keys. Everything that I'd seen and our friends had seen was kind of related to this EA front end login.
Yeah.
So
you have to have an Origin account. You had to have pre-ordered or gotten a beta key from your friend.
Yep, more or less.
So Xbox and PSN are the pre-orders, as well as, I guess, Origin.
Yeah,
And then
on PC as
well. Hand
well.
those out. How many did you get?
You get three per friend.
You got three per friend. So you pre-ordered, you have 3.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, one was sent to me.
Right.
You've got 2 more, so you've spread those out. And then at that point, all of us can jump on. I guess to do that, I guess the way they're thinking about it is, you've got access 3 more friends, so it's basically a 4-man team.
Yes.
Idea? Okay,
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that this weekend. It's kind of been silent, but I'm really stoked, not to tangent a little bit backwards, but to Resident Evil 2, which I will absolutely be playing at 9 p.m. sharp tonight.
Yeah, I bought it physical. I'm still doing the Best Buy 20% off. So I'm going to pick it up tomorrow when I'm here at the office. I've got some other projects and stuff to work on this evening anyhow, so that's good. But we'll probably be on PSN chat or something like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Listening to that. Now, everybody else that we know on PSN, did they all go in on Resident Evil 2?
Yeah, I think a good portion of people I know. I mean, our circle.
Yeah, it seems like it's popular. I mean, for a game that I know I played 20 years ago.
Oh gosh, yeah.
To be remastered or reimagined.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, reimagined more is the word. That's kind of impressive. So, I mean, getting a lot of people excited about a story that's already been told.
Yeah, so this is more in line with, if you want to, I kind of group Resident Evils as 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, and 7, and then you've got more of the action, kind of one of the first games that did the prominent, at the time it was a GameCube exclusive. When Resident Evil 4 did that, over the shoulder.
They kind of got away from the tank control.
Made super popular by Gears of War. So this is kind of a survival horror like 1, 2, 3, and 7, but in the style of 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
And when they kind of did that branch for the longest time, the fan base wanted, or some of them wanted to go survival horror, where some of them were more into the co-op and the action. This is trying to really walk the line of both. Keep it survival horror, but keep it in the style of the new over-the-shoulder, 4K HDR, looks phenomenal.
It did.
Right?
Everybody got, well, not everybody, but a lot of people tried the one-shot demo, I'm sure.
Yeah,
So they gave you 30, if you hadn't tried it, you can still try it, I think. I think it's available.
I think they closed the demo.
Oh, did they close the demo?
I thought it ended on the 13th, perhaps. I could be wrong.
When did I play it?
That weekend.
Was it that long
Yeah.
ago?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I played it the day it came out, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was just last weekend. No, it was a couple weekends ago.
You played it the Friday when I was sick 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So
and then
I played it here.
And then I had tried it that Sunday before I went to go watch TV.
Yeah. So essentially they gave you 30 minutes to play through when you got to the Raccoon City Police Department.
Yep.
As soon as you walk in that door, you got 30 minutes to kind of run around, and you could play as much of the game. I think there was an end point. Like, some people were speed running this thing, but you could kind of toy around and go look at things and check out all sorts of new
There
graphics.
there was an end point where
There was.
in the past with all their with all the Resident Evil demos, usually the way they work is you play them, and then if you can finish it, they'll give you a coin or a token or a currency, something to spend in the main game. This one gave you more of a teaser as to who may or may not be appearing in the sequel. So your reward for finishing was more of a bonus trailer, I guess.
Okay, in the end. So
and
it was a different way to do a demo. I don't know. I was kind of up in the air on it. I don't know if it was because I didn't speed through it, so I didn't get to the end of it. I think I would have rather just had like a finite demo of like length.
I agree.
Be able to play it and then get out, right? Yep. Obviously. But you can't get, I mean, this one was interesting. It was interesting for sure. I did know on PC, though, you could go in and get a little program to wipe it out and restart. And then you said on like PlayStation, you could just make a new profile and play the demo.
Make a new profile, and it's like new user, new save, new game. So
a little bit of a hassle, but it was nice. The whole Resident Evil franchise is, looking up now since Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah, and then even last January, Capcom came out with Monster Hunter Worlds and kind of blew everyone away with that. So they've had pretty good luck in January recently.
Yeah, they've had a good. I think they like the January timeframe because the deployments actually aren't as many.
Yep.
During January.
Slightly less competitive.
A little bit less, but this year we've got Metro Exodus coming out too. So mid-February.
Yep. They actually bumped the date up a week because it was originally going to launch on the 22nd, the same day as Anthem, and then they bumped.
Yeah. And then you got Anthem
to the 15th. Yeah.
22nd, and then you've got. What's the next one after that? It's like early March.
Oh, March is like DMC, Sekiro, Division 2.
So it's actually not really a free spot. It used to be the indie time of the year to deploy. Right. Because they knew like all the big guys.
Everybody wanted September next to Call of Duty or Destiny or whatever. Yeah. So.
Well, hey, let's look at some of the games that we've got. We were just throwing these up, so. Again, for since this is only the second of the actual weekly tangents, you've got Greg and Brooks, and we do the actual deployments on the platform. So we work with all the partners, we work with all the publishers, developers, we do the YouTubes and all that stuff to be able to get the content lined up, and we also deploy the calendar. So the games that are coming out, we're kind of pushing those to the front. So on WildTangent.com, you can kind of see them, but we just brought in Worms, which is, I don't know if everybody remembers Worms. So this is Team 17, so we just brought on Team 17. We've got their games, so Worms is always a fun little game. This is actually WMD. This is, I think, one of the games that came out later.
Yeah, this is...
like almost the most current type of...
This was one of the... Well, they did a couple interesting things here. Worms hadn't been graphically updated since, I want to say, Worms 3D. Yeah. So Worms 3D had taken everything and made, models of them. So most of the game was 3D. This one went back to more of a digital 2D, not quite hand-drawn art style.
It actually looks very nice.
Yep.
It does look hand-drawn in some ways, but I know what you're talking about. I know the style you're looking at.
Yeah, and then the other new mechanic to this was they added vehicles as well.
Yes, there are helicopters.
So there's tanks, there's helicopters, I believe there's turrets as well that you can use. And I don't know if this video is showing it precisely right now, They also added a if you're playing multiplayer or if you're playing single player against the computer, when the other team takes over, you can craft and scavenge for materials and build. Because what traditionally had happened is you would play the game and then I would make my turn and then your turn would be and I would sit there while you took your turn.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, that's for sure, in between. It can, that was always a downtime that I just, I don't know, it wasn't so fun. So yeah, adding that in is definitely helpful.
They certainly tried to get you doing something rather than just waiting. Yep. Certainly. So.
Yeah, for sure. The overall, though, the game, probably, I was shocked. I mean, I got a chance to play it and go through it. This is some of the video. It looks phenomenal. It was fun to play around. Obviously, they've got jetpacks now. They've got parachutes. They've got the ninja's hooks and all those things to be able to, maneuver through the space.
But that's not to say that it still's got banana bombs. It still has chic bombs.
Still has some of the same things.
It still has everything that you would remember from Worms games of the past. Yeah.
So then, all of the other games here, we're just going to jump right into another one. So if you ever have seen or played a Crytek game, those kind of games are like super, super demanding. And Rise, Son of Rome is another one. Again, still, this came on PC later. It was available since launch day on Xbox One, which the Xbox version definitely is not as quality as this. Same game, but you can definitely see the difference. They put a little bit more behind the PC delivery.
Yeah.
The PC version.
And I want to say even post-release, didn't they go back through and 4K everything in the game?
They did, yeah. So, I mean, they, again, putting the effort in, getting the quality out of it. Crytek always does that.
And this is from kind of Crytek, I guess what I consider post-EA, right? Because a lot of people, or, Crytek kind of made their name with the Crysis series of games, which were known for excellent gameplay and graphics that most people's rigs at the time couldn't play at max.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So this is self-published by them as well. So this is along the lines of, they self-published Robinson, their VR game, and then they also self-published Hunt Showdown.
Yep.
So this is kind of more Crytek as themselves, rather than working with a publisher.
Yeah, and we have, funny enough, we have both Hunt, the Showdown, and Robinson. Robinson's coming to the platform, so it'll be available probably here next week. But Hunt the Showdown's live right now.
Yep.
Check that out. So Hunt's pretty interesting. We're gonna actually try to play it. I think we're probably gonna wait until next week or the following week to throw it on. But, definitely, you could just tell the quality that they put into it. They spend a lot of time, and even playing this game, I don't know, how long ago did the Xbox One come out? 5 years ago? Around 5 years right now, 2014?
When did that?
Maybe 4.
That had to have been, that launched Xbox One released 2013, end of 2013.
So you're talking about a game that's coming on 6 years old. So it would have been like November of 2013. Whatever, so it still looks great. It plays like God of War in a way. It's got some interesting battle mechanics, fighting mechanics as you go through. It's, kind of a brawler, very similar to God of War, or it doesn't have the chaining like you do in Batman or Mad Max or something like that, but it definitely has that quick time event component to it where you get like the colors that flash on the guy when you're doing a kill or an execution move.
You have bashing and you have parrying, so you've got this hack and slash action with some kind of quasi quick time events. It's not quite like press a button and the game walks you through, but
so I mean it's a great one to play around with. And if you guys haven't noticed, at the bottom of the screen are the social media links. So if anybody wants to chat with us or reach out to us or give us opinions on what games you want to see, definitely send us anything over those different social medias, and we'll be in touch, or at least get your message and maybe try to go after different games.
Yep.
So let's talk about another big game that we actually had on the platform this year. We've been supporting Dead Cells when it was in early access up until the point where it's come full circle, and now it's available for full release earlier this year. Essentially just stomping all other games, in terms of indie quality. Indie games, not in terms of quality, but in terms of support and sales numbers, Dead Cells did phenomenal.
Yeah.
We sat in a...
I was just going to talk about that.
I was going to say, we sat in a dev conference earlier this year where they talked about the success of Dead Cells and kind of the marketing strategies they had to get it to market and everything. And man, it was a masterpiece of marketing and deploying a indie game, just like a AAA would.
He was a portion of the talk went into, is it worth working with a partner at the cost of
your revenue,
your 30% revenue share, right?
Yeah.
So
it was a very interesting talk, and they went through how they got the title out and like which streamers they were going after to play it, and they did their homework. They knew what they were doing, and that kind of shows. I mean, the game has grown, especially since I played Dead Cells in the very early access stage. The game, they've opened up a hub world. There's an area to go in. There's far more components to the game mechanic itself. Not the major game mechanics, but the other additions that they've added in.
So for anyone not aware, can you explain how you don't actually play the person you see on screen, but you actually play a group of cells, right?
Right. They use the same body.
That you take over the corpses in the dungeon.
Yeah, you carry, and essentially you carry through. So I guess it's like it's a roguelike, but it's also like it's just got its own feel to it. Like, things carry forward. You navigate your way around just like a Metroidvania style game, but it does have other elements to it and some unique things as well. And it feels very Souls-esque.
Oh, very.
In terms of how it plays as you go through it. So there's a lot going on with it. It's definitely worth the play if you've never had it. They've made it available, I think, across every platform.
Yeah,
they've even on Switch. So
yeah.
There's no excuse not to play this game. Definitely, you can find it on any of the platforms you play on, and it's definitely well worth it. And we have it. I didn't put the link into chat yet, but you'll be able to check it out from WildTangent as well. Whoops, I'm grabbing the wrong. What's this? We've got so many mice and screens in here. It's getting worse and worse. But I'll drop that into chat as we move on to the next game.
And I mean, it's also very replayable, right? I mean,
it is. It's far
portions
more.
of the game are now procedurally generated, so it's not even like for your first play. And I mean, even when you do fight, there are some original keepers or bosses in the game, but there is replayability to it as well.
Oh, yeah. Tons. Okay, so we'll jump into V-Rally. Our game that we're going to play in a little bit here is Lifetime Recording. So since that just came out of early access, a lot of people play it.
That just left early access.
It did.
Short donut into left 4 300.
V-Rally, if you like racing games, I don't know really
Caution, keep right.
Rally racing better or
Brake
straight on,
right
street
narrows over
racing,
stand into left 4 short.
style.
And left 4 short.
You've got arcade racing, you've got sim, you've got rally, right?
But V-Rally, I mean, they've done very well.
Into right
There's
550.
WRC.
Yeah,
They
because
really compete like at a level of who can bring
Left
the most
3 open
realistic
50.
fashion.
So V-Rally's
physics to
And
it.
right 4
developed
opens.
by KT Racing and then published by is it Big Ben Interactive.
And left 5 short. Into right 4 opens over crest.
Playing it, I felt it was a little
Left 5
loose.
into right 6. Keep
But I
right.
think that's just rally games.
Into left 4
I play a
short.
lot
And
of
right 3 opens.
That's what I struggled with when I was playing.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It definitely,
Left 4.
you're on
And
gravel
left four
roads.
short.
You're not supposed to be going, hundreds of miles an hour, 100 miles an hour. But in the game,
And
you
left
actually
5.
some high
And left
speeds.
4 short.
It can be tough. The
Right
only
4
other one that I
opens into through water. Left 3 over crest. Keep in. And right 4.
There's WRC.
And left 5. Into right 6.
Okay.
Left 4 short and right 4.
So I gotta imagine this is
Left 5 short and right 4. And the left 3
best way
third.
that the physics can be done. It can be a tough game.
And left 6 short into finish.
The game looks really sharp. Cars look great. The
Not
effects.
bad for your first
Good looking
attempt.
game all around.
Your driving
I had
skills
the
have
same.
been adjusted.
We used to every now and again we'd try the Codemasters did the dirt rally games, and I had the same
Yeah.
trouble with those that I had with these. That I'm used to either some form of like simulation on like
Yep.
a Gran Turismo or Forza or a Mario Kart, which is functionally barely a racing game, right? With the items and the
Right.
craziness. So the rally games I've always found a little more challenging.
Yeah, rally probably falls. I know even Gran Turismo has like rally components to it.
Sure.
Theirs feel totally different than V-Rally.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right? I mean,
absolutely.
it still feels like you've got traction in terms of V-Rally. It's probably more in the vein of how it is on to race on
Sure.
dirt and gravel and that. So, before we get into my time at Portia, we wanted to talk about one last game that just deployed yesterday. It's actually
This just came out.
it just
this
came
is
out.
Brand
Yeah,
new.
it just deployed across across PC. It just deployed. I'm not sure if it's available on any of the other consoles or anything like that. I wouldn't doubt that it's not. I would think it was on Switch.
I know it's on Switch.
It is on Switch. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about the other platforms yet. I think they might have done Steam Switch first.
Yeah. So this is a little game called When Ski Lifts Go Wrong. I wouldn't say go wild, but go wrong. And essentially, when ski lifts goes wrong, it's a bridge builder. So if you've ever played Bridge Constructor, or you played that, what was the last one? It was Portal Bridge Constructor.
Yeah,
I know that
they
was
were
one.
teasing they had like the little VR people in it, if I recall.
Yeah, exactly. So those games, I remember Tiki Tower as one of the first ones, and that was a game you and I had worked on a long time ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah, and Tiki Tower was you built this bridge and you tried to get these monkeys across the bridge.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
It's like 20 monkeys or whatever. So in this, you're trying to get skiers across the bridge and snow machines, and you've got all different types of categories, scenarios, things like that. Here, obviously, somebody didn't build the bridge or the component correctly for the ski lift line to go over.
Yeah, someone's looking for a lawsuit.
Yeah, the tower's fallen, it's not working, so now you have to go in and reinforce it. So on the reinforcement, that allows you to spread the weight across.
Right.
So it's one of those where it's physics based. It definitely has some funny scenarios, so it's got some entertainment to it. It's not just pure like build a bridge, get some cars. Actually, some of the bridge constructor games are really funny too.
Well, I mean, even in this,
Anything where you can throw something like a mile away or let it crash.
the early levels, you're getting the skiers to safety.
Yeah.
Later levels, it becomes a quasi-puzzle game with the obstacles they throw in front of you.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure. I think so as well. I mean, it is a puzzle game. It's got some story to it. It's just a fun game all around. I was actually enjoying it. I did the video here for this one, but I was the fool that couldn't put the base together too correctly. But here's a snowboarder. So the snowboarder, you got to try to get him over, and but you do have to jump. So you're controlling the snowboarders as well, or the skiers.
Okay.
So there are components where you're actually interacting as the call them the rider or the person that's going to do the line or whatever. So here you had to learn to jump the snowboarder kind of over this and then over another item. And I don't know if you had to build anything in this part. No.
And then is it just skiing and snowboarding, or are there other vehicles that you can use?
There's snow machines, not the ones that look like the motorcycles, but regular snow machines.
Snowmobile.
They have those. Let's see, you got a duck here, you got to jump.
Oh, nailed it.
No, it failed me. Gave me an achievement or something.
I saw you right away.
Oh, I guess I did.
Nope.
I guess I was still alive. I don't know. It didn't follow him because I thought it was like broke. See, the camera's not moving automatically. I was trying to fix it there.
That's always what's been funny about these, because even when we would play Bridge Constructor,
and things like that.
even when you would play Bridge Constructor, even if your bridge completely collapses, as long as you make it to the other side, you were successful.
You were successful, yeah. In this one, I think the case as well stands for that, but when you're controlling like the snowboarder here, you need to get him over it, or the snow machine kind of thing. I'm not 100% sure if it'll allow you to kind of squeak through if something falls over when you're building the equipment, though. So that is when ski lifts go wrong. It's brand new. It's available. I just threw the link in the chat, so if anybody's interested, go check it out. It's actually very fun. I believe it's $14.99. I think it falls into the $14.99 range.
Yeah, I believe so.
And then obviously people that are WildTangent members get a discount on every game that we have on the service. So it's anywhere between like 10 and 30% off.
Yep.
So it just varies. But on this one, I would have to look it up. I don't have the discount percentage on top of my head, but you can find it by going to the link and check it out. So let's see here. I think it's about time we can jump in and do a little bit of my time at Portia. Let me see if I can pull that up for us. We would have had it running, but we had some background noise when it was playing. Or we would have had the background of the game running, so we actually had it down. So this is another partner of ours, Team 17. They make some phenomenal games.
Yeah, so this is published by Team 17, and I believe this is developed by Pathia Games as well. This is their second game. I want to say their first game was Planet Explorers, was it?
Yes.
Looked not quite Subnautica, but that's...
No, similar though.
Okay.
Kind of a little bit of a feel of that.
It was kind of an open world survival game, I want to say.
Yeah, no, it's, I wouldn't call this a survival game. It's more of a builder.
Sorry, that was about...
about Planet... about the Planet Explorers. But in this game, they've moved towards more of the builder mechanic. So resource management, builder mechanic, very much reminds me of Stardew Valley. It's like a 3D version of the 2D game Stardew Valley, which is phenomenal. And it has a good look and feel to it. We were both commenting earlier how this reminded us of an MMO at one time. I couldn't remember.
I can't place my finger on what it reminds me of.
I can't remember which one it is. So if anybody watching has any kind of idea of MMOs, leave it in the comments if this reminds you of one, because we couldn't come up with the name, but it does feel like it's an MMO it's got the design and look and feel of an MMO that I've seen in the past. I know.
It's going to drive me nuts until I find out what it is, too.
Here, we're going to actually flip this over to full screen so we can play a little bit of the game. So I'm just going to start new, and we can get a chance to see from the beginning. The game pretty much throws you right into it. There's some tutorial going on. Obviously, you can do your character customization here. Different colors, different lips, different eyes. It's pretty in-depth. Different hairstyles. You can change the colors. Let's drop that down. Let's see what accessories we can do. I like the beard. Let's do a beard. There we go. Very hipster-esque. Marco. We'll go with Marco. Marco's a good name. Get to pick your birthday. Let's say it's January. Well, it doesn't have a month, so we'll just say the 21st. In spring sometime is what it says. Now there are events that kick off. Looks like it has some like Animal Crossing-esque like days and periods where it's like, hey, this is a fall festival, or this is a day where everybody goes fishing and things like that.
You can't turn the clock backwards in this game, correct?
So now we're arriving into Portia. The story is a little bit loose. You learn about it right at the beginning. Your father, who you've never really known, leaves you a house, but he's not dead. He just took off to another part of the world.
Okay.
So he didn't want to see you again. Father of the Year award. And you inherit his house, which is in shambles. So thanks, Dad, for the extra loan. And then goes right into, okay, you're going to start living here, and now you got to get your builder's license because we know you're a builder. And go. And Percy is the guy. Is that the guy that I was saying his name is?
I think it's Presley.
Presley.
Is the dude bugging you in town for a little while?
Yes. Presley is the guy. So now we can get a chance to start in here. There he is. Presley's I think he's the mayor, or maybe he's just the local greeter. He wants to welcome us. He'll show us to where Dad has the house and the workshop and everything else. His pa. I guess that's your dad. Sounds like it's very much like eastern, mid central east part of the country. I don't know. All right, Presley, show me. Now we're using mouse and keyboard on this one. I think it is controller. I think you can run with the controller on this. It does look good. I mean, the graphics are nice. Yeah, it's got that look and feel. I just don't know the game that we're thinking of, but so Presley's gonna leave us on our own to at least sleep. Here's the letter from Dad. He's on the other side of the world. Sorry about that. You never saw him before, and then when you come to see him, he's on the other side of the world. I still think that's funny. But you're his pride and joy, so.
But he didn't have time to take care of you.
Exactly.
So.
We will leave that up to some shrink to talk that out here later. Alright, so we're going to go meet Presley tomorrow, so it's basically like time to save. Let's get out of here. Got it tomorrow. Alright. Thank you. So, yep, we're getting our saving. We're going to wake up in our bed. So very much like Stardew Valley, you're kind of starting out inside the house that you get, and you inherit that. Here you're given it, but you inherit one in Stardew Valley. So there are some similarities, and it looks pretty dilapidated. There's not a lot of floor here to fall through. That's not right. You can fix these, but obviously we don't have any tools. So this is where the tutorial kind of comes into play. Kind of shows you what you're going to need to do. So let's kind of roll in here. And I think we've got to go into the little town. But the game, like I said, looks really nice. This is our house. Looks like a workbench back there. Maybe another kind of platform we work off of. Got some mail. From Portia Times. Oh, already junk mail. The moment you move anywhere, straight up. Like, we're going to send you this every month. Or what? Twice a month? First day of each month. Thank you for that. That's some treasure chests. Let's check that out. Oh, we got some gloves. Now, rocks, all that stuff, I'm imagining we're going to grab those to build tools, since it is kind of the builder style. So, let's see. We need to go to the Commerce Guild. Construction. Commerce Guild. Presley should be there. He's going to help us. Hopefully. There he is. Well, we're good. Introduce us to the guild. They orchestrate across the entire Free Cities region. And now we got to test. Oh, so we got to make our axe and our pickaxe. So the first things we got to do before we can do anything else is make some tools. You know a little bit about this, playing Subnautica.
Yeah, we'll table that story for next week.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how they all go. Okay.
At what point into this can a player expect to find some kind of combat within the game? Because I know it's there, I just don't know at what point you actually start to encounter it.
I would say as you go towards the outer regions of the town or the house,
so you
right? Get a little bit away.
Okay.
You're going to start to run into things that you got to deal with. It almost seems like a game where you wouldn't have to kill anything. Like you would just stun it.
Okay.
Right? Let's see. We've got to build a... Let's see. We've got to build
axe and pickaxe?
Pickaxe. Let's gather... I think it's stone and wood. Obviously, we can't pick up wood without cutting down a tree. Or, well, we can't cut down a tree right now. So we probably got to pick the wood up. Gather that. Let's see if we can find anything else in the ground. Oh, there's one. Once we get the axe, we can go and tear down some trees. Do some clearing. Let's get over here. There's our table. Simple axe. We need a little bit more stone. So we found stone out on that kind of road thing. So let's get over here and get some. There we go. I don't know why we're wearing snow mitts. That's what it looks like. Those are those gloves that we picked up.
Yeah.
A little bit out of place. Oh.
Still need some more stone.
One more stone. Somebody. Next door neighbor.
Just be lucky you don't have to dive 12,000 feet for rubies.
That's a good point. I'm not going to give you any gifts or anything like that right now. I'm not that close. Yeah, no. Subnautica, those types of games. The survival builder, yeah, they can be rough. I don't think that's what we're dealing with here. It's definitely not survival builder.
No.
Okay, let's craft that. And what do we need for the pickaxe? So we're going to need like another 3 stone, and we need a lot of wood. So I think we're going to have to go chop a tree down. Let's go after that next. Let's do some clear cutting. It's blocking the yard. He's got a good spot. A little bit more. Suck that up like a vacuum. Straight to us.
So it looks like you got all the wood you needed on that, so you need a couple more rocks.
Yeah, maybe we can we get this big rock? Nope. But imagine that pickaxe will come in handy on those. Oh, here we go. How many rocks are we going to get? 2, 3. Okay, cool. Presley will be impressed. Tool-making abilities.
Do you know how long this was in early access before they released it? How long did they work on this?
I want to say it was more than 2 years.
Okay.
I want to say that. I know there's just been, controversy follows anything.
Of course.
It's right on the front page of like the Steam page. I think it was Rock, Paper, Scissors and PC Gamer both kind of found out that they were having some issues paying their voice actors, but I think they got it all sorted out. It it sounds like they paid everybody, and after they came out of like early access, which is maybe what the agreement was.
That's what we talked about. Yeah, I'm not privy to the details myself.
Yeah, we don't know any of that information, but you know, when you make news, I don't know if it. Well, any kind of press is good press. I guess maybe unless you're on Twitter or subreddit. it's tough to say.
You know.
Presley, check this out. What are you talking about? Oh, I got the stuff, man. Oh, I'm looking at the model. That's what it is. Okay, I'm not talking to him yet. Right, hey. There we go. He likes what we're doing. Yeah, but I mean, the voice actor thing, any kind of press is good press, bad press, I don't know. I guess maybe that's true, but it kind of sucks right after you do your full launch. You come out of early access that you get nailed, but it seems like they were doing the right thing. It seems like there was some miscommunication.
It seemed like more of a miscommunication than it was anything nefarious.
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to not pay anybody, which it's hard to say. All right, so let's. Let's head back. We've got to build a forge, it looks like. What is that guy wearing?
A bear suit?
The bear suit. Okay, so it looks like we have to use that. This was Dad's book. Dad left us a book. Kind of shows us everything that's supposed to be in there. 10 wood. We need 10 stone that turns into a stone stool. So.
And then there's some parts there, it looks like, as well? Or do you only have to build the furnace?
I think you just build this stuff and it kind of like finishes it. Let's give it a try. So we need stone. We need 10 stone. So let's try these big stones. What is that? Try smacking away this for a bit. Yep. Question. That gave us 6, so we need one more of those. Get this out of the yard. Okay. So we got that. Now we need another tree. So let's see. I wonder if we can take down one of those big trees.
Give it a swing, or lots of swings.
Yeah. I'm going to chip away at it. Nope. Need a better axe. Set down there in the corner. Right this way. So that's me. Nope. Need a better axe. I think that's a tree. It's a bush. Rhododendron. Oh, here we go. This one never stood a chance. And these template. I think we had extra wood left over from the other thing, so let's see what we can build. So that's what we want. Okay. So that's what it's going to look like. Now we need this. What's it? The stone stool. So let's try to build the stone. I thought I did. Select it.
I think you gotta make the stone stool first.
Maybe we need to make the wood first. There we go. Okay. Oh, I get what you're saying. You gotta make the stone stool, which probably is over here. I understood what you were saying there. I was trying to figure out, like, we were talking about, like, hey, we gotta make it in the platform or whatever, but yeah, you're right, you gotta make it here. So we got the stone stool, and now we just drop it on show this?
Been doing some building myself recently, so.
Did you carry it around like that?
No, I have a submarine that hauls all my stuff
that's right.
around.
You've got the Cyclops. Yeah. Okay, let's go show this to Presley. He'll give us our next little project. I don't even know if we had to bring this up here, or if he would have known. Like, he'd been, I didn't bring it in. Nope, he's good. We passed. This is your builder's license. Good. Now you can take and go over to the mayor's office to get your workshop registration. Alright. Well, I'm not going to run this over and show it to the mayor. So let's run this back to the house. It looks kind of awkward carrying a whole... I don't even know, what is that thing? What do they call it? A foundry? No, like where you smith metal, a smith shop.
Something like that.
Let's just put this by the house. Can we spin it around? Kind of. It already looks like it's getting dark, so we've been working all day. Now, where's the mayor's office? Apartments. Government. Hopefully it's open.
Hopefully the mayor didn't take the day off.
Right, exactly. Well, the mayor looks like he was in the Pirates of Penzance. The mayor of this town is Gale. Like seeing other people. Okay, we're going to register. What's the name of our workshop? Let's just do. We'll use our company name. I don't know what kind of work they think we do there. And we're good. Okay, that was easy. Who says there's bureaucracy in government? Fireside town meeting once in a while. It'll be announced through the mail. Alright, let's say goodbye to Gale. Oh, we got an achievement. It does have achievements. It does have Steam cards, as far as I'm aware. It's a fully functional released game. Okay, can you meet Percy one more, Presley one more time? Yes. There he is. What do we get to do? Can we do things? We're a workshop owner now. Dad would be so proud, but that wouldn't mean much if you've never met the man. Here at the Portia office, we post workshop commissions every day. Oh, okay, so we get to do whatever they're talking about. Based on speed and quality of the results, we're making a ranking of the workshops every week listed on the wall behind me. There are other workshops in Portia. Yes. And there's 5 workshops in the jurisdiction. Besides the ranking list, you have a workshop rating, which is listed on your license. Okay. You get money, you build things, you get money, you go back, you build more things. Sounds about right.
Yeah, it looks like once you kind of get up and you've got your basic tools built, it looks like there's a couple other wings of this game to explore. You can continue to explore and build. There's a pretty high-end cooking aspect to the game as well.
I have heard that.
And then it looks like a little bit later in the game you do end up diving into ruins and various dungeons for rare materials that you need. So it looks like that's where the combat kind of starts.
Nice. Yeah, the dungeons would be fun. And again, similar to Stardew Valley, same thing. It's almost like they worked on the same mold.
Interestingly enough, the designer of Stardew Valley, Eric Barone, is from Seattle and also works downtown.
Yeah, he worked at the Paramount, right?
Yeah,
well, he did work at the
while he was making the game.
He does not work there any longer. I would guess so. The guy's done fairly well into the tens of millions of dollars.
Millions of copies later.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's fine. But yeah, he worked at the Paramount, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Every night, and then he worked on his game for 5 years, 4 years, something like that.
Did all the art, did the programming, did the music all himself.
That's when you don't worry about what anybody else has to say. Marco, check out your Pause Workshop handbook to see if he has a bridge diagram. Oh, building bridges. Assembly station. Ah, the abandoned ruins. I'm sure there's something to encounter over there. Okay, mission start. Bridge to Amber Island. So what, there was a guy named Higgins that stole something out of our hand, and he took something like a workbench or like a table he was building. Now we got to go build a bridge. I think it's a little late. We'll go in here and take a nap before we tend to go out and get some sleep. Oh, look at that. Nice. We used to have a nice logo like a big marquee on top of our other building before we moved over to our
We
new
took
office.
it down and it was full of like a wasp's nest or
Yeah,
something like
that
that.
for like
Shannon
20
was
years.
telling us.
Yeah. Okay, go to sleep. Hit the hay. We'll get at it early in the morning. Now, I wonder if it's gonna... He's complaining about the cracks. Maybe what we should do is fix our house. 3 wood to fix the gap. Yes. Do we have enough wood? Oh yeah. Sweet. How much for this one? 3 wood? Oh, we don't have any more. Let's go fix all the problems in the house. Then we can venture outside. We're up at the crack of dawn. We've got time.
Do your tools need to be repaired as you play? So your axes.
I would
gold.
imagine that yes, you're going to have a point where they're going to break down, and you're going to have to go out and redo. Oh, I'm trying to punch it. You're going to have to go out and redo your axes and your pickaxes and your shovels or whatever else you come across. I'm sure there's tons of stuff. Okay, set those up. Oh, we got our mail. Holy cow. From Antonio. In the week, we need to qualified people to inspect the products to coordinate this. With this, we must not post any regular commissions during the week, but feel free to turn them in. Oh. Okay, just tell us a little bit more. New builders.
Oh, so those are the combat areas, it looks like.
Gotcha.
Yep.
We're gonna head to that. Okay, this is about commissions. Oh, this is a direct commission. Like they need 3 copper blades.
And it shows the rewards at the bottom. So you get some gold, some experience, some reputation, and then another currency. I can't tell what that is. That one. Yeah, I'm not sure. Looks like a build. It looks like a number next to a house.
Like plus 20, it looks like. Okay. What's the civil corpse? Oh, we can actually send people out to go get stuff for us.
Oh, okay.
So into the rooms.
For a second, I thought that was Civil Corps putting their hand out, asking for something in return.
We need some protection money. Let's go back in the house, fix that up. Everybody's always got their hand out when you're trying to get some business done. All right, let's see. 20. Oh damn, that's a little bit of a big hole. No wonder. Like an elephant can come up through the floor. Alright, we'll tend to fix that one. And we had just Alright, now we need to go get some big money. Or big trees.
Looks like you need 18.
18 or so? Okay. I wonder if our neighbors will mind if we poach their trees. I don't think we have any more trees we can cut down. They won't mind. for 4. Battery. 7 wood from that. 6 wood from that, so 13. 20. So we're solid. We got it. This thing looks a little bit of a distance to travel, though. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at some islands off in the distance, and I'm wondering if we can get to them. That's a ways away.
I wonder if there's other modes of transportation, or if you were on your feet the entire game. I gotta think there's some kind of traveling system.
All gaps have been fixed. It's finally gonna have a good night's sleep. Okay, perfect. We're done with that. That's our next initial mission. Take a look at it. We'll take a look and see what it is. Yeah. Mission. So build the bridge to Amber Island. Some corps have commissioned a bridge to Amber Island. Use your assembly station to construct a bridge body and 2 wooden bridge heads. Okay. Bridge body, 2 bridge heads. So let's see if we can even look at that. Yeah. I'm not sure what's unlocked or what isn't unlocked. Okay, bridge body, bridge heads. So what does it take? Oh wow, 96 stone, 18 copper ore. I think that's something to be left for the next time.
6.
Actually, for the viewers, I think this is one to be left for you. You're probably going to say, we're good on playing a little bit of my time at Portia today. It's pretty much our hour of the weekly tangent is coming up. It does look fun. I could sit here and play it, but I think it's best left to everybody else to find out what the game has to offer, not watch us play it and see what's to offer. But I liked it. I mean, it's I like the idea. I love Stardew Valley. That's a phenomenal game. So this one looks just as good. And it was fun to sit there and play through it.
Yeah, I liked our selection of games today.
Yeah, always something different. We're going to probably start to change up a little bit, although it's only our second full cast of the weekly tangent. We also do one on Wednesdays, which is on Facebook, called Games Gone Wild.
Yep.
Which is about new games that come to the service as well, but more casual games focused, not as much of the kind of indie stuff or the PC core stuff or the AAA games, things like that.
Yeah, less My Time at Portia, less Resident Evil, more hidden object,
games,
more puzzle, right?
Yeah, games like that. So you can always check that out if you do have Facebook. Just check out Wild Tangent Games on Facebook. It should be right there, right that one. Check out that, follow us on there. Subscribe to Wild Tangent on Twitch or YouTube. Pinterest, I don't really know too much about. And then Twitter, that one right there. Twitter, we're actively on as well. So you can talk to Brooks and I. Mm-hmm. We're available on there. We try to keep our eyes on everything all week long. You can find 4 videos being put up every day on Wild Tangent on YouTube. You can find games every day being put up on WildTangent.com.
Every day.
Every day. Yep. As we go through, we get them deployed. And then where can people find you on the internet again?
I'm mostly on LinkedIn right now. That's kind of my reach out point for communication with developers looking for new games. Yeah.
So you can find Brooks on LinkedIn, or you can find him through Twitter on Wild Tangent, because obviously we check that as well.
Yep.
You can find me if you really want to talk with me on Fans of Games. Let us know what you want. Let us know what you think. We always love to hear from everybody. I also have a YouTube channel. It's under Fog Media. Check that out, Fogcast. I don't know which one it is, but usually you see some of my videos pop up through Wild Tangent, because we try to support with game playthroughs, give people a little bit more idea of what the actual game looks like as you play through the game.
Yep.
So check those out.
Yeah, I'll look forward to next week. We got a few games kind of already in the
we've already got an idea of what we want to show next week, and the format may change a little bit too. We might be doing more games, actual playthroughs than just talking about it and showing videos. But
Yep.
we figured we'd start out with a little bit of everything. Let us know in the comments if you like any of it. If there's anything specific you want to see more of, if you'd like to see more gameplay, live gameplay of games, we're happy to do that. If you want to see more videos of gameplay and kind of talk about more games through each show, we can do that as well. And we'll probably talk about a lot of gaming stuff anyhow, because that's what we do.
Yep.
If we're not talking about it sitting at our desk, we're talking about it on PlayStation Network or over the phone or whatever at night when we're playing games. So
Go home, turn this off, and turn it back on over there.
exactly, we just go right back to work. So definitely reach out to us, let us know what you think. And until next week, have a great weekend.
Have a nice evening.
Yep, we'll see you next Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday,
Yep.
it's Thursday show. See you then. Thanks. Good night.